What's up, YouTube? Thanks for tuning in this video. In this video, we're gonna break down 6 of the top hottest real estate investments in 2023. But first, make sure to like and subscribe so we get off to a good start. All right, guys, so 2023 is here and we're starting to see some of the trends in real estate. And you're probably thinking, what are some things I can hop on to take advantage of this economic downturn where everyone else is scared? How can I take advantage? Well, you came to the right video. We're gonna break down the top 6. So without further ado, I'm just gonna get right into it. Number 1, I think one of the hottest real estate investments in 2023 is gonna be RV parks. I made a ton of videos about RV parks. I have an RV park. It's making about $7,700 a month in cash flow every month, passive income. And it's one of the hottest investments in 2023. There's no doubt about it. People are flocking to RV parks. They're always full everywhere in my area that you go. RV parks are full. But I'm talking specifically about affordable RV parks. I made a video above which you can watch, which shows the difference between travel RV parks and affordable low-income RV parks. Now, in this video, I'm talking specifically about affordable RV parks. And the reason why is because I think in 2023, you'll see a trend with all these that affordability is the issue. Affordability is the issue. So inflation's going up. It's probably going to continue to go up. It may take, trickles where it goes down and up. But overall, I think it's going to continue to go up and it's going to be more and more difficult for the everyday person. And that's where I think RV parks are going to be huge, is because you're catering, when you do an affordable RV park, you're catering to the blue collar worker, the average person maybe living in a small town or just trying to save a few bucks. People actually are having that conversation today where they are living, as if everyone else would, in their small town, working their job. Maybe they're working at the hospital, they're working a landscaping business they have, whatever it is. And they live in an RV and it's comfortable to them. They get a nice, comfortable RV and they have all their amenities that they need and they live minimally and they just happen to live in an RV park and it's way cheaper. It's like a third of an apartment rent. So definitely keep RV parks on your radar, specifically affordable RV parks. They make cash flow every single month and amazing numbers. As I just quoted, my RV park does about $90,000 a year. I only have 14 renters. So imagine if you do huge projects, you're making tons of cash flow and it's very lucrative. The management's super easy. You really don't even have to do much besides maintain the land there. So your basic levels of infrastructure like electricity, roads, water, septic, landscaping, that's it. If something breaks in someone's RV, that's their obligation to fix, not yours, unlike residential investments. So overall, I think RV parks are extremely lucrative. They make great cash flow and they're gonna be one of the top real estate trends in 2023. Now, coming in at number 2 on this list is gonna be duplexes, triplexes, and any kind of plex, quadruplex, any type of plex I think is gonna do pretty good in 2023. Now, I think this is a great opportunity if you're maybe a young person or you're just trying to get started in real estate, and the concept of house hacking, if you've never heard of it, would work well in a duplex or a triplex. Now, house hacking simply is if you buy a certain type of real estate investment and it has multiple rooms or multiple places of residence. So for instance, like a duplex, you could get a loan for that duplex, a mortgage, and you live in one side of the duplex and then you rent out the other, and it's almost like you're living for free. And that can put thousands of dollars into your pocket every month. And this is also a great opportunity because you can get an FHA loan, which allows you to only have to put down about 3 to 5%. So you really don't even need that much money to get started. However, it is legally obligated that you have to live in the premise for, I think, at least a year or 2. So that would be a great opportunity for you if you got out an FHA loan and you bought maybe a triplex or a duplex and you lived in one side and you rented out the other. You could have your rent for free for a couple years. That would be pretty cool. But I think overall, great way to build wealth, great way to build passive income. You do have to fix things if they go out, unlike RV parks. If something goes out like the water heater or whatever, you do need to get on it. You need to fix it. But with that cash flow coming in, if you put some away for expenses and maintenance, you should be good. But I think these are a hot investment, something you should consider in 2023. Number 3 on this list is going to be anything mobile home related. And the reason why I'm going to mobile homes is because, similar to RV parks and number 1 on our list, is that mobile homes are affordable. And that's going to be the hottest demand in 2023 is affordability. That's going to be the top seller, really, I think, out of all these is the fact that people are just trying to save money. If you could be the owner of a mobile home park, great business idea. I've flipped multiple mobile homes and I've worked with mobile home park owners, and it's an extremely lucrative business. Similar to an RV park, you are just renting the lot and you really have to just focus on maintaining the land. If something goes out in someone's mobile home, that's their problem. Typically, mobile home park owners do not own the mobile homes. They just own the land. I think that's one of the hottest things to do right now is be the mobile home park owner. But even if you are maybe renting out mobile homes or maybe you're buying and selling them, great opportunity. I will say, however, be careful with the appreciation game right now because it's probably not going to go up a whole lot. And also mobile homes don't typically appreciate very much. However, you could still buy a dirt cheap mobile home, fix it up, and turn around and sell it for a decent price. And you can also do owner financing to get some cash flow, which is what I did. And it worked very well. And it's an easy way to have cash flow without any headaches if anything breaks. But overall, I think the general vicinity of this conversation regarding mobile homes is it's about affordability. And I think for that reason, mobile homes are going to continue to be hot. And people are going to look to rent them. They're going to look to buy them because they're cheap. Okay, so number 4 on this list is going to be storage. Now, storage to me is a great real estate investment because the infrastructure investment is very low. You are not having to do a whole lot when you invest in storage. You really just need to buy the plot of land, do a lot of, maybe cement work and, obviously building infrastructure. But in terms of like water, septic, electric even, a lot of that's not even needed. Maybe the electric, if you're wanting to put lights in there or you're wanting to keep it cooled. But overall, you probably don't even need that if you want to be a successful storage unit investment. You really just need to buy the piece of land and do some of the building of the infrastructure in terms of where the storage is going to be. But I think we're going to see, and it's interesting, we'll probably see either one of two trends. We'll either see people downsize a whole lot and put their stuff in storage, or we'll see people moving a lot and having to take their storage out. So it's kind of hit or miss with storage. I put it on here because it's such a low barrier to entry in terms of like low infrastructure. Also too, I'll put on there RV storage is another one that's super hot because with RV storage, there's really nothing that's required of you other than the land. You buy the land, just kind of get everything off of it. If there's any trees, cut them down, pave the road maybe, and start sectioning off little spots to rent for RV park or for RVs. Or trailers, and you can charge like $30, $40, $50 a month. If you get like 100 or 200, that's $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month in cash flow. Not bad for an investment, but even for storage units, still a great investment. I think low infrastructure cost and going to be an easy way for you to get started. I will say though, I don't know whether or not people are going to keep a lot of things in storage. That depends on things. I think if they downsize, they're going to put stuff in storage. And if they are moving a lot, they may be taking it out. But overall, something you should consider in 2023. All right, and number 5 on this list is going to be house businesses or like commercial businesses with houses. Now, this one's super interesting. I've been seeing this one a whole lot more. And you see it a lot when you go to different countries. If you go to like Mexico or like Vietnam or Asian countries or, really anywhere else in the world, you see this a lot. And that is that people take houses and turn them into their businesses. And we don't see this a lot in the United States because there's a lot of regulations in this regard. And typically in the United States, we have a major divide between business areas, commercial areas and living areas or like, residential. There's a huge divide. Whereas in other countries, that's not the case. And I think we're going to see it a lot more where people are taking houses and converting them into businesses. I will say, however, this is totally dependent upon your, state in which you live or the county in which you live, the regulations, a lot of that has to be taken into consideration. But I do think we're going to see this a whole lot more is taking houses and turning them into businesses. Maybe turning them into a baking shop or turning them into a barber shop or restaurants. We're going to see this a whole lot more, I think, because I think it's just a cheaper way to get started, and it adds a little bit of flair and uniqueness rather than just a typical industrial building or plaza type of style. It's throwing something different out there. So I think we're going to see this a whole lot more. But like I said, this totally depends on where you are and your regulations. You need to speak with your county or the city in which you're in. But this is something we're probably going to see a whole lot more. It's done in other countries. I think in the Western countries you don't see it very much. But I'm starting to see it a whole lot more. I'm in the Austin, San Antonio area in Texas, and I'm seeing it a ton. And I think it's going to continue. And it's unique. You walk into a place of business that's converted from a house, and it's just got a unique feel to it. It feels original. And I think we're going to see this a whole lot more. So keep an eye out for that, and maybe get started with a couple investments if you're in the right regulation. All right, and number 6 on this list is going to be residential build-ons. This is another fantastic opportunity. And what this simply is if you maybe already have a residential place of interest, maybe you have a 3-2 house, whatever it is, residential house, consider maybe building onto it and renting out those extra rooms. So, and this, once again, just like the previous one, this depends on your regulations. You got to speak with your county or your city that you're in, but maybe consider building a studio on the back, or maybe consider building a house in your backyard. If you have a big backyard, think about it. Maybe you could build a little 1-bedroom, 1-bath studio that could rent out for $900 to $1,000 a month. That could be a life-changing number in terms of cash flow for you. But maybe you just build an extra room that you put up on Airbnb, or maybe you do something of that regard. Maybe you put a dome in the back and you rent it out for a short-term rental. I don't know. Consider all things, but think about it. I think residential add-ons, whether it's a studio that you put in the backyard or like an Airbnb, is super hot. I'll give you a good example. I've been to New York City a couple times, and every time that I went, I just stayed in somebody's house. They had like a 3 or 4 bedroom house, and they were just renting out rooms, and it was the cheapest room I could find, and it was like 20 minutes from downtown Manhattan. And for me, it worked. It was great. I had a little room, and I had like a bed in there, and it was like a shared kitchen, but it worked out for me easily, and I just wanted to travel on a budget. And so I think if you're in a city or a place in which people are kind of passing through, the budget travel way is always going to be hot. And kind of tying back into that idea for these 6 categories, or these 6 investments, is affordability and keeping it cheap. Traveling on a budget, living on a budget, those things are going to be hot. So I think if you can build a little room on your house or a little studio in the back and rent it out monthly, you're probably going to do pretty well. But that's my top list of the 6 hottest real estate investments in 2023. Hope you got some value out of it. If you want to see how I built an RV park from scratch, watch this video to the side here. If you want to see how much my RV park makes, watch this video on this side here. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. I have videos coming out like this all the time about RV parks and financial freedom. But thanks again. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.